to believe or worship anything that has no concrete evidence whatsoever. And to also bring this up, there's like what hundreds, if not thousands, of other religions. What exactly makes one person's religion more special and more, beneficiary compared to another person's religious beliefs? And, personally, especially with Christians, for example, the God that they worship sounds like an insecure man child. Like, oh, I'm going to demand worship and praise from you. You better worship me and build churches. Like, what kind of God is that? I've seen better, more cooler gods in Japanese games. You're telling me the God that Christians worship needs churches and monuments and praise and worship? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like an immature child or a spoiled rich kid who constantly demands praise and worship. I'm not going to worship that. That sounds really gay and lame, especially considering the fact that there is no valid evidence that there is an afterlife or that there is a God, or that Christianity is the true religion. I mean, for all I know, Christianity is really about as valid as Hinduism or Buddhism or any other religion. You see, the religion was basically made up by people in ancient times to explain stuff that they couldn't explain. Because, back in those days, people didn't know what cells were or what, how the rain worked or water particles or all that kind of stuff. They just used God. They were like, oh, this God did it. It's raining because God made it rain. And it's really delusional. A lot of the stuff that you see in the Bible, it sounds like a more boring version of Lord of the Rings, to be honest. And I just refuse to worship or take part in that. You can believe in that bullshit if you want to, but don't drag me in with you. To me, like, it sounds like a bunch of cult mentality nonsense. And yeah, also, the dinosaurs and prehistoric mammals and cavemen existing. Those existed before religion was even a concept. And if those existed before religion was even a thing, then what value does religion really have? I mean, I guess religion does have a moral value, but I believe Napoleon Bonaparte once said that religion is like good for manipulating the masses. He said a more fancier quote than that. And I agree with that. People do use religion as a source of coping and comfort. And I refuse to take part in that because I don't really see a reason to. And, when I was a kid, I was religious. But, as I got older, I'm like, this God stuff makes no logical sense whatsoever. And you could say something along the lines of, well, Christians have a higher moral ground or something. And I'm like, no, they don't. Christians are people. And people, no matter their religions or belief, are capable of doing shitty things. Some of the worst atrocities ever were done in the name of religion by religious people. I mean, the God that Christians worship literally flooded the whole freaking earth, including flooding unborn babies. Because what? He was mad that people had different opinions from him or something like that? Or he was mad that every person was becoming bad? That's ridiculous. That like this the biblical stories have a bunch of plot holes. They have more plot holes than a oh man, stuttering. They have more plot holes than a Harry Potter novel.